WAEC INFOBOX is brought to you by the West African Examinations Council in partnership with ODAY and supported by BIC and ULESSON.
WAEC INFOBOX. Hello, welcome to another great interview moment on WAEC INFOBOX, your very authoritative television program on education and of course the West African Examinations Council. Some time ago, I told you when I interviewed one of the top officials that I was bringing to you the heart of WAEC. But you know, today I am bringing you the face of WAEC. The division that is responsible for your interface with WAEC. If you're writing the WAEC examinations, a division is responsible for administering that exam. If you are seeking to, to validate or to confirm your result, a division is responsible. If you want to accredit your school for WAEC examinations, a division is responsible for that. So you know what you're going to do? You're going to take your seat right now and call all your other co-educators that this is the time to know what you have always been looking forward to.
Hey! I miss you.
It's not working.
What?
It's just not working.
Excuse me? You told me you love me and now it's not working?
The pen.
Who the heck is Jen?
There's just nothing. What's the problem?
Jen, huh?
Who?
For next time, Big Crystal Original. Get a pen you can rely on.
My dear candidates, my name is Patrick Eidiami Aregan, Head of National Office, WAEC Nigeria. I want to talk to all the candidates currently writing the ongoing West African Senior School Certificate Examination for school candidates in Nigeria. This is a goodwill message. I want to wish you well. I know you have prepared very well. In fact, you're already writing the exam. By the 30th of this month, we'll be rounding off. I really want to wish you well. I want to urge you to continue to read your books. Read your textbooks, read your notebooks that have been given to you by your teachers to complement your textbooks. Let me advise you, don't go out looking for anything called expo. It's non-existent. You will see on various platforms, oh, subscribe, pay this, we will give you English, we will give you math, we will give you this, we will give you that. They are all lying. They are destiny destroyers. They don't mean well for you. Talk about your self-esteem. Talk about your relationship with God. Why did you spend 6 years going to secondary school? If you were just going to rely on somebody somewhere to give you what they call expo, you could just have sat down too and then go and enroll for the examination. Private candidate exam preferably. But you have spent 6 good years. GS1, GS2, GS3, SS1, SS2, now SS3. And you would allow somebody to ruin your efforts, to make nonsense of your 6 years of learning. This is a certificate examination. It's an achievement test. You are going to be rated based on your performance in this examination. There are no shortcuts. Nobody is going to help you. Nobody is going to give you question pass. Nobody is going to give you grace that you do not deserve. If you deserve F9, you will get F9. If you deserve A1, you will get A1. But I don't want you to get F9. I want you to get A1 in all your subjects. I will pray for you. That is the only thing I can do for you now. I will pray for you. So I pray for you in the name of God, that God should help you to make it so that you can advance in life. Because you need this certificate to enter whether a university, polytechnic, college of education, depending on your choice. You need this certificate to work. You need it to do whatever you want to do. So please, settle down, read your books. Have that self-confidence. What do you need to read your book? Drop your timetable. Read. Study past question papers. You see past questions, study them. Compare those. Have study groups. And when you do all this, you will surely pass. In fact, it is very easy to pass WAEC examinations for those that are serious. By the time you are looking for expo, you are already disorganized. You go to the hall, don't take your cell phone into the exam hall, you take cell phone into the exam hall, somebody will be snapping something and be sending it to you. When do you have the time to use that when you are already in the exam hall? Don't you see that they just want to destroy your future? Please don't listen to them. Don't rely on them. And as I said, your parents have spent their money training you. They are expecting you to perform well. Make them happy. The society is waiting for you. We want people that can change this country for the better. Be part of that movement. See yourself as an agent of change. And it's not by cutting corners that you'll be an agent of change. When you cheat to pass examinations, of course, you hardly can get your result if you cheat. If you cheat, then you forget your result. But assuming you cheated to pass, it means when you study medicine, you'll be a quack doctor. When you study engineering, you'll be a quack engineer. And all the quackery in the world. If you go into government, you'll be a 10%er. You always want to cut corners. You want to take bribe. Because that's the way you know that things are done. You are a cultist because you form gangs and you pressurize lecturers. You intimidate them to give you marks. Is that the type of life you want to lead? Your parents will not be proud of you. But when you are a decent child, when you do what is supposed to be done, everybody will be proud of you. And you yourself, you'll be happy with yourself. And then you will make it in life. I pray you make it. Thank you very much.
WAEC INFOBOX.
I'm Olubumi Atekoja, Director ICT, WAEC Nigeria. WAEC INFOBOX is a must-watch. It gives you information about exam conduct in WAEC Nigeria and all that is related to it. Keep watching.
I have as my guest today, very important senior official of the West African Examinations Council, Dr. Olusoya Francis Da Costa is my guest. It's a pleasure to be here, sir.
It's a pleasure having you here too.
Sir, you know, when we were young, we had this idea that sometimes when you don't get good grades, you say maybe the examiner who marked your paper must have had a bad day. He quarreled with his wife and has transferred this aggression to marking my paper. So I did well, but I don't know why they didn't give me the right grades. How do you manage, to prevent that from happening? How do you check? How do you, spot when an examiner or a marker is being sentimental in awarding marks?
We arranged for the marking of the scripts. In 2020, we used 80 marking centers to mark the scripts of over 1.5 million candidates.
In the year of COVID.
Yes, in the year of COVID. This year we are going to be using 85 centers. Last year we used about 78,000 examiners. Examiners are the people that mark the candidate scripts, and again they are teachers, either in tertiary or in secondary, people who have had experience over time in marking candidate scripts. So we take a lot of care in marking the scripts of candidates. In fact, in all our operations, we have the interest of the candidates at the back of our minds. Whether in marking scripts we have problems of subjectivity or marking based on the mood of the examiner. We call it the halo effect. You know, for example, an examiner had a fight with his wife, and he goes to mark the scripts of the candidates. One would want to think that the man in his anger may want to transfer the aggression in the marking of this. Yes, we have many layers of quality checks. If anybody is not marking according to the marking guide, which we call the marking schemes, we have our way of knowing. The first check is that when an examiner is giving a pack of scripts, the first 60 scripts marked by the examiner is vetted by the team leader. We have this hierarchy. We have the chief examiner, we have the team leader, and then we have the assistant examiners. The assistant examiners are the ones in majority. So you have a team leader to a group of about 8 examiners. So when the examiners in a team have marked their first few scripts, the scripts are taken to the team leader for vetting. They are not expected to continue with marking until the first few scripts have been vetted. And when we do vetting, we want to assure ourselves that everybody is marking according to the standardized marking scheme. If somebody is marking in Kaura Namuda and another person is marking in Yenagua, somebody is marking in Okemesi, they will be marking according to the same standard and according to the marking guide. After that international preliminary coordination, at each of the 80 marking centers for each of the 76 subjects and so many papers, over 100 paper components of the 76 subjects, for each of those paper components, you have the teams, English language 1, so you have, for example, physics 1, physics 2 and 3, okay, where people will sit down and look at how the candidates have answered the questions and how the marking schemes will accommodate what they have done. We also take samples of candidates' answers. We call these dummies, which we mark during coordination. Even in the course of that, you see some points that might not have been included in the marking scheme. So this we include before we say that the marking scheme is finalized. If it is found that you are not marking according to the marking scheme, you are counseled. They give you an opportunity to go and do some corrections. But if it is discovered that you cannot, you are not geared, you are not wired to mark well, you are stopped from marking. So you see, the council goes to a great extent to ensure that no Nigerian child is unjustly treated.
Wow, so much to learn in one particular moment of interview. Like I said before, sir, all that you have to give, to tell us, obviously cannot be exhausted in one, interview opportunity. We hope that we have more times to talk. But before you leave, sir, let's talk about something. This, there is this examiner's report that I believe that...
Straight away, let me tell you, the chief examiner's report is a report that every chief examiner must write. We have 76 subjects and we have about 109 paper components. And for each of these paper components or subjects, you have either the team leader in charge or the chief examiner writing about how the candidates performed. It will begin by writing what the expectations of the examiners were. And then it will now tell in that report how the candidates performed, and will now give recommendations for better performance in the future. It is a document that any school that is worth its salt would want to have access to. And then there is a link already on our website that when you click on it, you can get to
on the main official
yes,
website.
yes.
Okay. WAEC INFOBOX. Tiwaka Tuba is my name, executive producer, WAEC INFOBOX.
My name is John.
And you guys are our great partners. I have been seeing some of your learning centers. I see on social media heavy campaign about learning centers, and I thought that I should come into one of them and find out what's happening here.
Right, so my name is John Osho and I'm the Learning Center Manager.
Alright.
So my role here is to make sure that the students have the very best learning experience that they can get. And when they come in, I do register them on the platform, then I subscribe them as well, and they can go on to log in on the tab with their login details.
Okay, so when people say learning center, is it a classroom? Is there a teacher, a human teacher? How? Tell us, take us through the process.
We have an app, and on our app we have certain subjects, and these subjects we have videos for them. And when I'm talking videos, I'm talking about the topics that are supposed to be in the curriculum or the education based on the Nigerian Education Board. So it means everything that is required by these particular children are on the app. So talking about the app, if you want to use the app, you go to the login page after opening the app, and then you input your number. Then when you input your number, you put in your password as well, and it takes you to your page. You can see your class, and if you're in junior class, you can change from just 1 to just 3. If you are in senior class as well, you have access to the videos in the library from SS1 to SS3. Let's assume you want to watch a video on mathematics. You tap on mathematics, and then you have access to the videos available to you. Then if you want to watch a particular video, you click on it. Click on continue. And then you have your lesson.
Wonderful. This is lovely, Thank you for taking me through this. I'm sure this is a revolutionary way to learn.
Thank you very much for coming around.
And something I want to find out again is how many locations do you have this learning center right now?
Presently, we have in 9 locations, and we're looking to have in every city of Nigeria.
Now, 9 locations or 9 states, or 9 locations in Abuja?
9 locations scattered across a couple of states. We have 3 in Abuja, there's 1 in Jabi, and then another in Kubwa, and we have another in Karo. Then when you go to Lagos, we have in Aja, we have in Ikorodu, as well as Ipaja.
Okay,
then
so
we
3
have
centers in Lagos?
Yes, in Lagos. Then we have 1 in Ibadan.
Okay.
We have another in Delta State, and then another in Port Harcourt to make it 9 stations.
It's a beautiful place. I think it's really, really lovely. And is it the same quality everywhere? Or
yes, the quality
this is the Abuja quality.
The quality is the same everywhere. Once you enter, you know you are at a U-Lesson Learning Center.
All right. Nice. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you very much for coming around.
I'm going to bring my kids, of course. We already subscribed to the app. Now you just told me. I thought this is an added advantage.
Yes.
I have to.
You have to come in. Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
Before U-Lesson, learning was extremely difficult for me.
Studying was okay, but it was hectic.
After I started using the U-Lesson app, things started getting better for me, and I started studying more than I used to.
Biology has become a piece of cake because with anytime in an exam hall when I'm forgetting something, any subject of biology, I'll just remember the picture a tutor used to describe a particular thing, and I'll quickly remember.
When we got this new lesson app and she started to study, beyond our imagination and thoughts, she cleared her papers in SS2. I must tell you, it made me proud. I'm very happy. I'm very happy.
Download on the Google Play Store and Apple App Store.
Wow, with BIC, you'll find all the essentials for a successful school year. Colorings, pencils, and of course, your favorite BIC crystal and 4 color pens. Write your future with BIC.
WAEC INFOBOX.
My name is Adenira Amusan Akim Ayefemi, Head Works Division, WAEC Lagos, Nigeria. This is WAEC INFOBOX, educative and informative program. Keep watching WAEC INFOBOX.
WAEC INFOBOX. Sir, apart from the general vision of the head of national office, what is your own vision for the test administration division of WAEC Nigeria?
Just like Martin Luther Jr. said, he had a dream. I also have a dream of that day when Nigeria will have all the necessary infrastructure that will support the exams council in doing, for starters, all the objective items, question papers, where candidates can sit. You come in at any time, within a stipulated period, and write your objective questions online as they do in JAMB. And then you are left with the essay, which can be scheduled. My dream is that in any exam year for senior secondary 3 students, say between January and March, you have written all your objective tests online, and the scores have already been taken up. So you come for your essay papers, very well structured also. You write your essay papers, and then we are able to mark those scripts electronically. The council has been on electronic marking, and we are still this exam, some of the subjects will be marked electronically. But my dream is for that day when all our papers will be marked electronically. And then ultimately, because people have had comments, especially during the lockdown, where people were saying, why can't WAEC do the exam online? Look, 76 subjects, over 100 paper components to be administered to 1.6 million candidates across the nation. Those in the riverine, those in very remote places where you will require electricity and access to internet. This is why I began by saying that I dream and I look forward to that day when Nigeria will have that capability. Believe me, we have looked around the world, even in the most advanced of nations. We have not seen any exam body that is for achievement test. The kind of test that we are conducting is achievement. You know, there is a distinction between an achievement test and a selection test or an aptitude test. Those ones can easily be done online. But technology is evolving. Research works are going on. And I'm sure that the time will come when we also will be able to administer essay tests online. And that is my vision. That everything about the council will be technology driven. And candidates or any of our stakeholders will not have any reason to complain about the services that we offer.
Before we go, sir, do you have a message for the very many people who are involved in the conduct of the of the examinations that you are presiding over? The men and women, the examiners, the schools. Do you have a message for them, sir?
I have been part of all these operations over these last 32 years. I salute the wonderful men and women, staff of the West African Examinations Council, who put their lives on the line, going through very difficult terrains. Some schools are located in remote riverine areas. I have had to wear life jackets to cross oceans to get to certain locations in the course of this work. I give kudos to them, and I want to send this message to them to encourage them that what they are doing is a service for the fatherland, and God Almighty, who sees all, he says is a rewarder of them who diligently seek him. The kind of work we are doing is for humanity, and so I salute their effort, and I pray for them that in all that they do, God Almighty will keep them.
Sir, before I leave you, just one question. The battle against examination malpractice, are you winning or losing?
There is no how evil will prevail over good. I'm sure that with all the measures that we have put in place, we are winning the battle.
Victory is sure for the righteous. That's the message we get today, that there's no way evil can triumph over good. It's been a wonderful moment having this chat with Dr. Olusonya Francis Da Costa, Senior Deputy Registrar and Head of Test Administration of the West African Examinations Council, Nigeria. I have learned a lot, and I'm sure you have as well. And as we continue to persuade him to talk to us much more, there's nothing as good as knowing about something that appears a bit mysterious. It changes the way you relate. It changes the way you think. And I'm sure this interview must have endeared you much more to the foremost examining body, the West African Examinations Council. Till next week when I bring you another important, very, very important senior official of the West African Examinations Council, and we continue to propagate the message of education.
Wow, with BIC, you'll find all the essentials for a successful school year. Colorings, pencils, and of course, your favorite BIC crystal and 4 color pens. Write your future with BIC.
WAEC INFOBOX was brought to you by the West African Examinations Council in partnership with ODAY and supported by BIC and ULESSON. That's it for today on WAEC INFOBOX. We hope to see you back here, same station, same time.